You have known of Titan826 for 3 years. But you have never seen the face of Titan826. Until now. And he looks like a freaking dork. How's everyone doing? I'm doing great. It's Teddy here from Team TJ, and yeah, welcome to the 3rd anniversary of the Titan826 YouTube channel and a surprise face reveal. So yeah, guys, like I said, I'm going to be doing the Q&A, but I figured I would also do a face reveal because, you know, why not? So yeah, guys, so for anyone who's wondered, this is my face. This is what I look like in real life. And also this is the pair of headphones that I wear all the time whenever I'm recording my videos. But obviously I'm not playing a game, so I don't really need these today. But yeah, guys, happy 3 years to the Titan826 YouTube channel. The fact that it's been 3 years is kind of astounding, actually. So yeah, but before we get into the questions of the Q&A, I'm going to just explain a little bit about the fact that now I have a face reveal, what's probably going to happen now. So, I'm probably not going to be using a face cam all the time, and that's just because some games really just don't warrant a face cam. Like, say, The Sims 4, I don't think a face cam would really work for that series at all. So, yeah, but obviously, now that I've done the face reveal, I can use the face cam whenever I want, so expect to see that once in a while at least. Anyways, so without further ado, guys, let us get into the questions of the Q&A. Okay, so I wanted to start off with probably the most humorous question I was asked. How much Robux does Titan have? The answer for that is none. I do not have any Robux on Roblox. I've never felt a reason to buy anything on Roblox. I might one day in the future if I have any money to spare, but probably not anytime soon. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, and I don't even know why anyone would ask that question, but okay. What is your favorite movie? This was one I had to think about for a little bit because there are actually a lot of movies I like a lot. And so it was kind of difficult to figure out like what was the answer to this one. It kind of just came down to, I would probably say as of right now, probably Avengers Infinity War. I like Endgame, but I kind of think Infinity War was a bit better. But I also do very much like Endgame as well. The final battle was epic. But Infinity War was really cool. I really liked that movie. So, and I just like the Marvel Cinematic Universe in general, but that let's be honest at this point, who doesn't? And a question that's quite similar to the what's your favorite movie? What is your favorite book to read? So this was something I thought about how to answer this. Is did they mean like a specific book or did they mean like a book series? So I decided to take it as book series. So my favorite book series would probably be The Ranger's Apprentice. In case you've never heard of it, it's a amazing series. And I actually have some of the books over here, so I'm just going to go quickly grab one of those. Yeah, so this is one of the Ranger's Apprentice books. It was written by John Flanagan, and yeah, this is book 1, Ranger's Apprentice, book 1, The Ruins of Gorlan. And it's a 10-book series, and then there's like a sequel series called The Royal Ranger. There's also a prequel series called The Early Years, and a spin-off series called The Brother Band. I love the whole thing, and I would definitely, if you have not read The Ranger's Apprentice, I would totally give it a shot. I think it's a fantastic book series. So, yeah, we're just gonna put that aside there. What makes you laugh the most? I think I like to laugh at fails, which is why I like the YouTube channel Fail Army quite a bit, but There's actually one that I think does it much better because there's commentary over it, and the commentary is hilarious. This is the channel Ozzyman. Now, if you've never heard of Ozzyman, go check him out. He basically does what Fail Army does, but he commentates over it, and it's hilarious. He's an absolutely hysterical guy, and I laugh a lot at what he does. And so yeah, I guess that's what makes me laugh the most. The next question. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? I don't really know. I'm happy where I am, but at the same time, there are definitely places I would like to maybe go to. Part of me thinks that I might want to go back to where I used to grow up. I'm not going to disclose where that location is, but that is definitely somewhere that I think I would definitely want to go back to at some point. Specifically for the years when I was like late 8 and I turned 9 there, and I moved when I was 11. So I lived actually somewhere for 3 years, ironically, the same amount of time I've been on YouTube. Anyway, but those 3 years I'd say were some of the most important years of my life, and I think a lot of it had to do with where I was. But of course, sadly, we had to move from that place. And while where we are now isn't a problem, some part of me kind of feels like I left something behind there, like a part of myself there, and I feel like I would want to go back and to live there, at least for a while. Man, we're getting emotional in this, aren't we? Alright, so the next question is, who has been an inspiration for you? Bit of a tricky answer, considering how there's few people, and I feel like if I had to say one major inspiration would probably be Dan TDM. He was one of the biggest inspirations probably in my life entirely, because like I knew about YouTubers before, I watched other YouTubers before that also sort of inspired me, but Dan was the one that like really, I think, hit the mark on what made me see kind of how I wanted to do things. And while other people like Popular MMOs kind of gave me an idea of like Minecraft modding and Minecraft survival, and 8-Bit Ryan kind of showed me how I can make the videos more entertaining by editing them a certain way, Dan's content made me realize the importance of storytelling, and that is how I'm trying to make some of my content. Is I want to tell a story with some of it, like The Sims 4. I'm trying to tell a story with it, and I'm gonna do like some Minecraft stories in the later future as well. I'm not gonna talk about that because I want to surprise you guys. Yeah, I'd say Dan was probably one of my biggest inspirations. I actually got to meet Dan in person as well, which was absolutely fantastic.
I signed on the other page.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the show?
I loved it, and I actually have some fan art for you.
Oh, nice.
So,
Oh, that's cool.
It's me and you.
Nice. That's cool. I love this stuff. It's very cool. Thank you. Should we get some pictures?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
It was such an honor to meet that guy, and I'm hoping that we can meet again someday as well. But yeah, I'd say one big inspiration would probably be Dan TDM. What would you change about yourself if you could? Maybe being awkward, a bit socially inept. Like, I'm not completely inept, but I'm at a point where I feel like I have an issue talking with some people. Like, if I get to know somebody, I have an easier way to talk to them. Or if I have spoken with somebody for quite some time and like repetitively, then I'm more comfortable with them. Like if I speak with someone like every day or every other day or even just once a week, I feel more comfortable with that person. But if it's someone I don't speak to particularly often, I don't feel comfortable. I feel awkward. And that's one of the problems I kind of have sometimes would be definitely that. Even sometimes, like, with family, even, because, like, even my own grandparents sometimes, or my own aunt, I sometimes feel awkward whenever I talk to them because I don't talk with them as often as I definitely think I should, and I definitely think I should talk with them more often, but every time I do, I feel awkward because I don't know what to talk about because I don't talk to them that often at all. So that's a problem that I definitely would want to fix. If I could change that, I would. And I definitely think I know the root cause. There's multiple reasons, but the root cause is probably that I was an only child. My parents never had any other children. In fact, they were lucky to have me, even. But my father was in the Navy, so he wasn't around for a long time in my childhood. Like, he kind of popped in once in a while, but he always had to go back off to sea. And then he also had to do other things later. He went to other countries and stuff. Then he did other things. He was very rarely home, and obviously it was to provide for me and my mother, but obviously that caused him to not really be around for periods of time, sometimes long periods of time, sometimes even in almost entire years. And he just like cameo in and then go away again. No, nothing against him. It's just that's kind of what it was. And being an only child and homeschooled, meaning I never went to public school. Never went to public school in my life ever. So that kind of just meant that for most of my life it was just me and my mother. And then I made some friends when I was young at that place I talked about, where if I could go back, that's where I would. The place I grew up for those 3 years after we moved from my first home. But at the same time, those kids have probably also grown up and moved away as well. And, so that I'm not really going back to the people, I'm going back to the place, but still whatever. That was the closest I ever really got to friends for quite some time. I especially remember a girl that I played with a lot, and she was a great friend, and it was sad to have to say goodbye to her when we moved. And then when we moved here, the neighborhood we moved to didn't have any kids really around my age. So I had my cousins, but they were still a bit older than me and were doing other things. And then there was this one kid I played with for a while, and it could have been a good friendship, but I haven't seen him in years because he doesn't actually live around here. His grandparents do, and he comes to visit them. But he has not visited them in quite some time, so it's... Yeah, and of course I've recently made a bunch of online friends, and I definitely appreciate that. And it's helped me to kind of come out of my shell a bit, but I'm still awkward with people I haven't spoken to in a long period of time, or haven't spoken to at all. So again, yeah, if I could change anything, it would probably be being a bit awkward and a little socially inept. Or better terminology, socially awkward. Alright, next question. What is your biggest fear? I'd say probably screwing up things. Because whenever I do mess something up, I'm always the one who beats myself up more than anyone else. Even the person who gets affected by me messing up does not beat me up as much as I do myself. So that's kind of giving me the impression that that's a fear. I don't like messing up at all, and I fear it. Like, even with YouTube, we're making YouTube videos and stuff, sometimes that's messed up. And even when the mess up isn't my fault, it might be like the computer's fault, or it's the game's fault, or something else, something that had nothing to do with me, I still kind of blame myself. I still get upset about it, like, more than I probably should. Or, if I know it was my fault, I I feel like crap for quite some time. See, I think messing up is definitely my biggest fear. I've had actually a recent time where I made some mistakes and got them pointed out, and I felt horrible. Like, I felt so bad when those mistakes were pointed out, and I made them recently. This was a recent thing as of making this video, and that wasn't a fun experience for me, but at the same time, I need to remember, just learn from the mistake. Don't feel like crap and not learn from the mistake. I feel like that's something that people who might be scared of messing up need to remember, is that if you mess up, as long as no one gets hurt, it's just a simple mistake, and you can correct it if you learn from it. So that's what I have to say about that. Okay, so the next question is, we're actually kind of doing some sorrowful stuff, especially with this question. What was your most painful experience? My most painful experience is probably a realization that actually has to do with this channel. You see, I know for a fact that this channel, and I appreciate all of you who have subscribed, who watch these videos. You guys are the best, but I know that YouTube is not going to be a career path for me, because there's so many people trying to be big-time YouTubers, and there's only so many people who actually manage to make it to a big-time YouTuber. And I'm over in this section because I don't even have 100 subscribers yet, and when I do, that will be a glorious day. So let's see if we can't make that happen. But, you know, I feel like I'm not going to set, like, my milestone bar that high. Like, I'm not expecting to get, like, 1 million subscribers anytime soon, because that's just not gonna happen, because I'm now one of billions. I'm one of billions of YouTube channels, all trying to compete for those views and likes and subscribers. And that's when I realized that, because here's the thing. I had been wanting to do YouTube for multiple years before I actually started the channel in 2018. And I didn't want to do anything else. I wanted to be a YouTuber. That's one of the reasons why Dan is such a big inspiration for me. I wanted to be a YouTuber, and I wanted that to be my career. I wanted to make money on YouTube. I wanted to just have this cool office and just sit at the computer, play video games, record, have commentary, edit them and upload them, and it makes me money that I can provide for a family and stuff. Like, that's what I wanted. And that is the only job I ever wanted. And as soon as it dawned on me that it wasn't going to actually work out as a job, like, it'll be a great hobby, and, like, I'm not gonna stop making videos, don't worry about that, because but it's more of a hobby. I need to remember that this is a hobby, not a career, and I can't treat it like it is a career. I actually need an actual job. Fortunately, I do actually have a day job, but, you know, it's not what I wanted to do. You know, this is what I wanted to do with my life. So I was kind of depressed when I realized that that wasn't going to be a career path, and I couldn't have YouTube be the one thing that I did for the rest of my life, because that wouldn't work. Like, I'm not going to be able to make a living off of this YouTube channel probably for many years, and I doubt even then. That was probably my most painful experience, because, again, it's the one thing I ever wanted to do. I never before had there been, like, that one thing that clicked. Like, I knew I wanted to do it. Never had that happen before until I figured out what YouTube was, and it hasn't happened since. So YouTube being the one thing I ever wanted to do, and it's not going to actually work out as a proper career path. Kind of hard to deal with, but realizing that it's just going to be a fantastic hobby, and I will enjoy every second of that. that makes it better. Anyway, now for the final question, and we're ending on a much happier note. This is, what is your favorite family vacation? Okay, so I think it was 2017. It might have been 2016, but I'm pretty sure it was 2017. My family took a vacation to Mount Rushmore, or Mountain Rushmore, as I used to call it when I was a kid. When I was younger, I had wanted to go see Mount Rushmore for years, like, ever since I was a kid. And when I finally was able to go see it in person, I was excited. So this was a fantastic vacation, and it was a long one as well, because we did not actually go like by plane or something. We got in the car, we packed up stuff, and we drove all the way to Mount Rushmore. So that was a fun car ride, and it was definitely interesting. We got to see other things as well, like the Badlands, which is in South Dakota and stuff. We, of course, saw Mount Rushmore, which is a fantastic sight to see. I even got to eat some Thomas Jefferson ice cream while we were there. That's ice cream that was pretty much made the same way that Thomas Jefferson made it, all the way back in like the early days of the United States. So that was pretty fun to just sit there, eat that ice cream, and then look up, and there was Mount Rushmore. There was the four faces of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Teddy Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln, all looking down, well, actually technically looking straight forward, but, you know, right there. It's a hard feeling to describe, but because I had wanted to see it for years, in a way, I felt like a little kid again when I saw it, and that was amazing. An amazing monument. And during the same vacation, we also went over into Wyoming and saw the Devil's Tower. That big stone obelisk thing that is just sitting out there in the middle of nowhere. We got to see that too. We got to walk all the way around it, and that was pretty fun. I definitely enjoyed that. It was a detour, but it wasn't a bad detour. And yeah. Now, obviously, of course, this was days and days of a travel because, you know, we were driving to it and we didn't really live anywhere near it. So, you know, we drove for days, stopped at hotels, slept there, had breakfast, continued, had lunch and dinner at restaurants and stuff, and then just continued. But it was a fantastic family vacation, and I absolutely loved it. And I've been itching for another family vacation so that my family can go on some other cool vacation. I'm hoping for something cool. Anyways, guys, so I hope that answered all of your questions that you would ask me for this Q&A for the 3-year anniversary of the Titan826 YouTube channel. And obviously the surprise face reveal. So, yeah, again, this is my face, and yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please do leave a big, fat thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. Also, this happens to be the first video you have seen by me, and please do consider subscribing to join Team TJ today for awesome gameplay videos and other amazing content like this. Again, apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Titan826 out. Goodbye, guys!